All right, welcome. So you're staring at that brand new, shiny metal raised bed, and it's empty. You're probably thinking, what on earth do I fill this thing with? Well, you've come to the exact right place. We're going to walk through how to turn that empty box into an absolute powerhouse of a garden.
So you've got this new metal bed. Now what? This is like the #1 question, right? And listen, the answer isn't as simple as you'd think. It's not just about dirt. Why? Because a metal bed is a whole different ballgame for your plants. First things first, why can't you just, dig up some dirt from your backyard and toss it in? Well, there's a really good reason. We've got to understand what makes these metal beds so different from a regular garden plot or even those wooden ones.
And yeah, the differences are huge. Think about it. Metal heats up way faster in the spring. That's awesome, right? It means you can start planting earlier. But there's a flip side. They also drain water like a sieve, and they're usually super deep, so they can dry out really fast. It's this combo, fast heating, fast draining, that means we need a special kind of soil, one that's basically engineered to hold on to moisture, but still stay fluffy and full of air.
So, what's the secret sauce? What's this perfect soil formula? I'll tell you what it's not. It's not just buying one of those generic garden soil bags from the store. Nope, we're talking about creating a living, breathing ecosystem. And it all comes down to a very specific pro-level ratio that's built for getting you a massive harvest.
And here it is. This is the golden ratio, 40-30-20-10. You're going to want to remember that. 40% topsoil, 30% compost, and so on. This isn't just some random mix I pulled out of a hat. Every single one of these ingredients has a critical job to do. Let's break down what's what.
Okay, this is where it gets really cool. The best way to think about this mix is like it's a living thing. Your topsoil, that's the backbone. It gives the whole thing structure. Then you've got your compost. That's the engine, totally powering everything with nutrients and all that amazing microbial life. The organic matter, something like coco coir, that's your reservoir. It's like a sponge holding all the water. And finally, you've got your aeration, like perlite. Those are the lungs, making sure the roots can actually breathe. See? Backbone, engine, reservoir, lungs. It all works together.
Okay, a quick reality check. If you bought one of those really deep beds, maybe 30 inches tall, filling that whole thing with our fancy soil mix is gonna get expensive, fast. So I've got an amazing pro tip for you. It's an old-school German technique called Hugelkultur. It's gonna save you a ton of money and make your soil healthier in the long run. Win-win.
So the big idea here is simple. We're going to divide the bed into 3 zones. Think about it. Why waste all that good, expensive soil at the very bottom where the roots aren't even going to go? It makes no sense. Instead, we save the good stuff, that growth zone, for the top 12, maybe 15 inches. That's where all the action happens.
All right, so here's the play-by-play. The bottom 40%, you're gonna fill that with old logs, thick branches, stuff like that. Just imagine these as a giant woody sponge. Over the years, they'll soak up water and slowly break down, feeding your garden from below. Then, the middle layer is for smaller stuff like leaves and straw, to fill in the gaps. And then, for the grand finale, you put your high-performance soil mix right on top, where it counts.
Okay, we spent a lot of time on what to put in your bed. Now for something just as important, what to keep out. Seriously, paying attention here can save you a whole season of headaches and sad-looking plants. These are the classic beginner mistakes.
You gotta steer clear of these 4 things, for real. That heavy clay dirt from your yard, it'll bake into a solid brick in the sun. No good. What about just using sand? Nope, all the nutrients will just wash right through. Fill dirt? That's usually just cheap dead subsoil packed with weed seeds you'll be fighting forever. And fresh manure, what we call hot manure, will literally fry the roots of your poor little seedlings. Just don't do it.
You know, this quote here from Tina, who's been gardening for 10 years, really hits the nail on the head. She says, "Don't over-engineer it. Nature is resilient." It's so true. It's easy to get bogged down in all the details. But look, if you just get the big things right, a good soil mix, good drainage, and a nice layer of mulch on top, nature pretty much takes care of the rest. It's a great reminder.
All right, you've got the why, you've got the what, and you've got the what not to do. So let's put it all together. Here is your step-by-step action plan to get that bed filled and ready to plant this weekend. Now, you're going to want to follow these 6 steps exactly, but I want you to pay super close attention to steps 3 and 5. You have to fill the bed all the way to the very top. I mean, overflowing a bit, because I promise you, after you give it that first deep watering, it is going to settle a lot. If you skip topping it off, by July your soil level will be way down here and you'll be wondering what happened.
And one last thing. This is for the long haul.
Remember this number, 1 to 2 inches. Because filling your bed isn't a one-and-done kind of deal. Every single spring, you need to top it off with 1 to 2 inches of fresh compost. That's what feeds the soil and replaces all the goodies your plants used up last year. It's the key to keeping your garden productive season after season.
And that's it. You've got the Pro Formula, the step-by-step plan. You are totally ready to create the perfect soil for your new metal bed. The hard part's over. Now comes the fun part, deciding what amazing things you're going to grow. Get out there and have fun with it.